Hello, in this video I want to show you how we can use profile-based content and an add-on with the same name to personalize content on every single page in Confluence. And at this point, let's just log out and log in again, and then we can look at the starting page and kind of mimic the same thing for another page so that you understand it. Let's start here with Corporate News Tel Aviv. So there is a page. This is a simple linchpin page. And this page has an excerpt. And in this excerpt, there's some content. It could be a picture, it could be whatever. And I'm going to create a couple of those pages to show you how we can personalize content in Confluence. So my personal teaser boxes. My personalized teaser boxes. It's a very simple page that has two columns and two teaser elements. Column teaser 1 and teaser 2. And now here I want to have profile-based content. Depending on my profile, I want the right content to be displayed here. You need to edit the macro and provide a so-called content group. Test teaser 1 it's a given name that I just assign here randomly. And for the other, I say test teaser 2. So that's my page, and if I save it, profile-based content will deliver nothing because I haven't defined anything for that. So let me create actually I think it's simpler and faster if I just erase the second teaser. Just adding work for me doesn't help a lot. So I have one teaser, my teaser 1, test teaser 1 group in profile-based content. And now I'm going to create two subpages. And teaser 1 for Frankfurt. And in this page, could be any page, but well, now I've created a separate one. I'll insert an excerpt, and in this excerpt I'm gonna put in a teaser item. It should be a blue one, should be named Speiseplan. And then I hit save. It could have a link, but I don't care about the link right now. And then I go back and do the same thing for, oh, hold on, sorry. It's even easier if I just copy the page. So we'll go here, click on copy page here. And I'm gonna go, page teaser 1 for Washington. And as they speak English in Washington, I'm going to change the Speiseplan into Cantina menu. Maybe capital M, like this. And this time I will also add a link to Google.com here. so that this teaser has a link, which you can see by this arrow, and by the way, it's a link. Okay, now I want my personal teaser boxes. Actually, it's only one box, so let's change that. To appear here depending on my location. So if I am in Frankfurt, I want the Frankfurt box, and if I'm in Washington, I want the Washington box. So to achieve this, I need to go to the admin area, which I'm doing, and search for profile-based content. Here. I'll click on configure. And so branch is one of the personalization attributes, so I'm lucky. And I just add a row here. That's the page with the excerpt macro. I'm searching for Frankfurt, and I'll find the teaser one for Frankfurt. So the next is the content group. There was test teaser 1, right? And then there is the personalization elements. So branch, I want to be Frankfurt. That's that. And then I add another one, which is Washington. There, teaser 1 for Washington. Same group, test teaser 1, but different element, Washington. And then I also want a default. So, teaser, I'll take the teaser for Washington as the default. Test teaser. The default is important because if they are in Berlin, or they are in Tel Aviv, or in Paris, or in London, I need the default. So I'm going to use the same Washington element here. And now I save them. And that's kind of it. Let's go back to my page. This was empty now. If I reload it, there should be a teaser box. Let's see what the, container menu. Awesome. Let's see if I go to my profile. We see that I am in Tel Aviv right now. So this is the default that we have defined. Let's change that real quick to Frankfurt in my profile. And then I'll go back to the page. Here, my personal teaser box. And now on the same page, it says Speiseplan. Because my profile has changed. So profile-based content means that based on my profile elements, this content will change. And this is how you do that. So let's iterate a little more. We're going to go for Berlin. And now you probably guess, although this is still Germany, it's going to go back to the default. So I'm going to see the container menu with the link, because it pulls the other excerpt. And if I now go back, let me show you how to steer that and reiterate that. So base content, here we go. Let's assume we found out that this wasn't what we wanted. We wanted the Speiseplan to be for everyone in Germany, not only for the Frankfurt people. So I'll go into country, I'll erase Frankfurt, I'll go to the country and say Deutschland. And now, when I save that, and I go back to the page, my Berlin user should get a German Speiseplan profile-based content, which is the case. So if I go back to the profile, I can hit edit, and then for example, say Washington and USA. And now, if we go back to the personalized teaser box, you will see the container menu. I don't know how far we want to go here, but as this video is already kind of long, let's do something that is a little bit more complex. So question is, what is going to happen if I have a conflict here? So if I have a user that is both in Deutschland and in Washington, I know this is impossible geographically, but if you're thinking of different dimensions, for example, a department like marketing and Deutschland, then such a conflict becomes way more plausible. For the sake of it right now, I would just want to try that out with Washington and Deutschland to show you what we'll do in such a case of conflict. So if you now configure him to be in Deutschland and Washington, this would be a conflict because both apply. Let's reload the page. And it goes to Speiseplan. So if we look back at the table, we see that the higher this element is, so basically the first one that matches is taken by profile-based content. So if you ever wonder why profile-based content doesn't deliver the profile-based content that you wanted, you may want to check for conflicts and see which of the definitions in this table comes first. And with that, I hope that it is clear for you what profile-based content does. At the point of this recording, profile-based content is part of our Linchpin project, but it is not yet part of the Atlassian Marketplace. So you may want to contact us to get hold of that if you don't have Linchpin but still want to try it out. So please contact us. Also, if you have any questions or something's wrong or doesn't work the way you want it, just get in touch and we'll try to help you. Thanks.